to your November 2020 episode of Out of the Vault. If you are new to my channel, let me just say welcome. It is a pleasure to have you. And for all of you returning, I am sure that you are always excited to dive back into the wonderful world of Disney and anything that is connected to Disney in any shape or form. So today we're going to be going back into the Studio Ghibli library, and we're going to be taking a look at one of the films that I actually am not an owner of, because when I saw this film back in 2008, it really wasn't one of my personal favorites. But for the fact that I have this segment on my channel that is going to continue on for the years to come, I just felt that this was a great opportunity to take a look at some of these films and see if I might in fact have made a mistake. And that is the seventh film in the library from 1992, Porco Rosso. And just in case I've never mentioned this before, I don't watch these films with the original Japanese dialogue. I watch them with English dialogue, so the voice cast in this film is great. It stars Michael Keaton, Susan Egan, Kimberly Williams-Pasely, David Ogden Stiers, Cary Elwes, and Brad Garrett. So, what is Porco Rosso about? Porco Rosso is the story of a former World War I pilot turned bounty hunter between the World War I and World War II time frame, in which he is now just a guy who is sort of a recluse, someone who people do have good feelings for, people who appreciate the work that he does, but also he's someone that really doesn't accept the good graces of most people merely because of the fact that he feels that he is not a hero. He believes that he is a traitor to the world of humans, as well as, especially because of the fact that he happens to be a pig that flies a plane. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Apparently, he was cursed, and that turned him from a human to a pig. And this film is all about him in one of his latest bounties trying to stop one of the lethal air pirate gangs, and then through that he is also encountering an American pilot who works with the pirates, and they shoot him down, and then he goes into a bit of a seclusion to get his plane fixed, and through that he meets his mechanic's young granddaughter Theo, who they create a nice relationship together, and that's pretty much how I can explain this film. I mean, it's just a cute little fast-moving adventure with a little bit of quiet moments for story building and character development. So, if there's anything nice that I could say about this film, it's the fact that I think it's probably one of the most beautiful films, especially considering the fact that Hayao Miyazaki has such a passion for old-fashioned planes, and you definitely see that in this movie, although I will say that you see a great deal more of it in the film The Wind Rises from 2013. And also, I will say to the film's credit that this is definitely one of the funnier movies. This might actually be the funniest movie in the library, because everything that happens, especially with the air pirates and the leader of the one gang that is voiced by Brad Garrett, is definitely one of the funniest characters in the movie. He was pretty much what they originally tried to do with Cloris Leachman in Castle in the Sky, and just basically turned it up to 11. Brad Garrett is absolutely hilarious in this movie. Cary Elwes is also very funny too, and this would not be the last time that he would voice a character in Studio Ghibli films. As a matter of fact, I believe he did a total of 3 films. And I also really liked Kimberly Williams-Pasely in this movie as Theo. I loved that she was just so spunky, and she was just so innovative, and for all those people that feel that there's really no strong female characters in movies, you should definitely check this one out, because I think that Theo is one of the strongest ones, and even Gina, who is voiced by Susan Egan. This is a woman who had a romantic relationship with Porco before he officially turned into a pig, and we are curious to see exactly if they possibly rebuild their relationship and just fly off into the sunset together. However, I'm just not a fan of this movie. I don't know what it is, because I just don't leave this movie entirely satisfied. Maybe it's the story, maybe it's the characters, maybe it's the pacing, I'm not sure. But there's a lot of people that really like this film, and I just don't seem to really like it as much as everybody else. Like I said, it's got some good moments, it's got some really positive things here. I mean, I definitely love the beauty of the film. I mean, it's the old Italian countryside, and the plains over the clear blue water is just absolutely gorgeous to watch, but it's just not one of those movies as a whole package that just grabs me. And I was hoping, especially when I sit down and watch some of these Studio Ghibli films that I didn't like before, I'm just curious to see if there could possibly be a way that they could win me over. And at this point in time, I am now officially 0 for 2, because the other Studio Ghibli film that I was not a fan of that I rewatched for Out of the Vault was Howl's Moving Castle, and I didn't like that movie at all the second time around. And unfortunately, the same can be said about Porco Rosso to a degree. I do think that it is definitely something that's got a lot of good things in it. Like I said, I found myself very entertained by the comedy. I especially loved the rumbles. They were really, really funny. But as a whole, this movie just doesn't do it for me. But thank God that I have HBO Max, because now I have access to all of these Studio Ghibli films that I don't own, so I can actually watch them and finally give my reviews to you guys. So yeah, I'm not going to watch this movie again. I'm definitely not adding it to my collection. I just didn't get on board with this one. I just don't understand exactly what I'm missing. Maybe you guys can help me. I'm going to be giving Porco Rosso 2 stars out of 4. Like I said, it's got some highlights, but overall, I'm just not on board with this package. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Please leave your comments in the box below, and let's discuss Porco Rosso, and I will see you in the next one. Hey, thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. If you're new here and want to see more of what my channel has to offer, please click on the link to my last video, or hit that subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of my uploads. Content of all sorts is posted here quite often, so trust me, you do not want to fall behind. I will see you in the comments, and actions speak louder than words.